Welcome, everyone. I declare the 2023 Fall Convocation of the University of Victoria duly assembled for the granting of degrees. Please be seated. I acknowledge and respect the traditional territory of the Lekwungen peoples on whose territory the university is situated. And I acknowledge the Songhees, Esquimalt, and Wasanik peoples whose historical relationships with the land continue to this day. Thank you, Christina Sam and Lila Dick from Songhees First Nation for drumming and singing and starting us in a good way today. The drumming and the songs at the beginning of each convocation ceremony form a type of protection and clear the path forward for our graduates. These celebratory, healing songs have been a part of Indigenous cultures here for many, many years. I would like now to invite Councillor Norman Gary Sam from Songhees First Nation to welcome us here today. Councillor.
Osiam, Hechka, Marian, Osiam, Nusjelicha, Siam, Nishwalakwa, Thonasnes, Sequiliptin, Schwasiwas, Chesalayats at Laquangan, Hechka, Aquans, Anea Techo, Laquangan Tongo, E Kosapson. Just good morning. I'm introducing myself as Sequiliptin. That is my traditional and ceremonial name. It is my honor to carry. But my English name is Norman Gary Sam, and I'm an elected councillor from Sanghees Nation. And it is my great honor to be here to welcome each and one of you to the traditional territories of the Lekwungen people, today known as the Sanghees and Esquimalt nations. I also want to acknowledge the important relationship that is ongoing with the Husainish tribes and the ongoing relationships to our Kaka Tango, our sacred lands. And just raising my hands at this time to the University of Victoria, Chancellor Marion, and President Kevin for always inviting the Lekwungen people to be here to acknowledge the land, our ancestors who are here with us. And I want to wish the graduates of today congratulations on your wonderful feat. And thank you for sharing this small part in your day. Haishka Hela.
Thank you, Councillor Sam, for your warm welcome to the territory. President Hall, members of the governing bodies, members of faculty and staff, distinguished guests, graduating students, family members and friends from across Canada, and indeed around the world, either in person or online, on behalf of the University of Victoria, I welcome you all today. And for those of you joining us online, come on, sit close to the screen. Do your happy dance, applaud, maybe have a little tear. It's quite all right because we can't see you. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Ravi Parmar, our MLA from Langford, Wandafuka. Today, we honor students from the faculties of Graduate Studies, Human and Social Development, Law, and Science. Amongst those whose achievements we are celebrating today is Andrew Petter, a scholar, a public leader, a university administrator, and most importantly, a former law professor of mine. During the ceremony today, there will be times when speakers may have to turn their backs to address the graduates as they're speaking. So please pardon our backs while we do this, and I'm going to do that right now. Good morning, dear graduates. Ceremony is so important to me. And this convocation ceremony is especially important because it's such a privilege to confer your degrees and celebrate with you and your supporters, of course, the completion of your significant academic achievements. I'm so full of joy and admiration for each and every one of you. Every time I'm in this auditorium, I'm reminded of my own convocation here, crossing this very same stage. And being in the audience when my stepdaughter graduated, we sat up there, over there someplace. I was so proud of her as well. So this is an exciting day, celebrating you and how you were able to work through some really unexpected obstacles and some new challenges. And then you were able to find resilience and tremendous success. In the midst of all of this excitement and nervousness, please take a moment, look around you, take a breath and just savor the moment and be in the moment. Because you know, with hindsight, this ceremony is going to be over in the blink of an eye. Years from now, you'll think back to your time here at UVic. You may not remember every author, you may not remember every paper that you wrote, but you will remember the people, your classmates, the faculty and staff who challenged you and wanted you to be successful as you are today, and all of the people here that helped you along your learning path. You have been part of a community, a family, of people who challenged you and were dedicated to your success. So what now? Well, that's a huge question, isn't it? It's a question I think you and your supporters are asking. You may not have the answer right now, and you know what? That's okay. As the writer Rebecca Solnit puts it, to be hopeful means to be uncertain about the future, to be tender towards possibilities. To help you think towards the future, I want to share just a little bit of knowledge briefly with you. There are two teachings I find very important and very special. First of all, the first teaching. It comes from the university's own Indigenous plan. Bring in your good heart and your good mind. In addition to applying what you've learned through your coursework, all of your studies, all those late nights, open your hearts to understand the importance of our individual and collective humanity. Open your heart to make space for kindness and understanding. As Brené Brown says, compassion is not a virtue. It is a commitment. It's not something we have or we don't have. It's something we choose to practice. So bring your good heart to everything you do. It's also, of course, very important to bring your good mind to everything you do as well. But don't just fear the unknown or the unexplained. Rather, approach these things with an open and curious mind. Let your curiosity be greater than your fear. As Bob McDonald, host of CBC's Quirks and Quarks, said in the recent Lipson lecture here, right here, our ignorance is always greater than our knowledge. Remember to respectfully appreciate different ideas and opinions, even though you may not agree. Bring a good mind to all you do. And now, finally, the second teaching I'd like to share with you is one of my Cree teachings, and this is very roughly translated because I'm not a language speaker. Wherever you go, however you go, whatever you do, be a good ancestor. Take responsibility for knowing how your endeavors will impact Mother Earth and all of the living beings on Mother Earth. In a few moments, as you walk across this stage towards your brilliant futures, remember you are walking with your ancestors, those in your present and those in your generations yet to come. Be a good steward to Mother Earth, and of course, all of the living beings on Mother Earth now and in the future. I wish you the greatest success. Thank you very much. I now call upon the President of the University of Victoria, Dr. Kevin Hall.
Well, thank you, Chancellor, for the wisdom that you have given our students and for your pointing out compassion is an important part of the future. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Councillor Norman Gary Sam for starting us off in a good way. Councillor Sam contributes so much to this university, so unselfishly, and we really appreciate everything he does for us. So on behalf of the university and my colleagues up on the platform here, all resplendent in their lovely academic regalia, we wanted to welcome family, friends, and supporters to our beautiful campus that's here on the homelands of the Lekwungen peoples. We're here today to honor and celebrate tradition, but it's also okay to have a little bit of fun along the way. And in the words of the esteemed philosopher Taylor Swift, be loud and be proud. So have some fun today. I thought I'd start off by taking an opportunity to tell you a little bit about the regalia hood that adorns my academic robe. This was gifted to me and created by master Coast Salish artist Chief William Good, Tiskinikin, and designer Sandra Good. And in Coast Salish teachings, the supernatural eagle, which is on the shoulders, is the messenger carrying knowledge between the spirit world and the earth, and imparts vision and wisdom to guide one's journey. The salmon on the front were chosen because they represent the life cycle on earth. And incorporating traditional Coast Salish art and history and knowledge really connects UVic to the traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, connects us to the land, to the air, and to the water, and the life cycle of ancient knowledge being brought forward into the future. Historically, Indigenous oral history was shared through art and storytelling was a really powerful tool to convey cultural teachings, traditions, but also to mark significant ceremonies and events such as today. And so graduates, the journey that you took to achieve this degree is really an important chapter in your story. A story that contains lots of challenges and growth. It contains villains and heroes, antagonists, charismatic sidekicks, and triumphs, obviously, as you're sitting here today, just about to walk across this stage. So I thought I'd take an attempt to tell your collective story in 5 short chapters. I promise they're short. Chapter 1 is called The Antagonist, and I want you to remember this day and really celebrate it as a wonderful marker in that big chapter that's about to roll out your life's journey. It speaks to your endurance, the tenacity, the accomplishments that you've had on your journey through the university so far. And I fought really hard against the idea of even mentioning this antagonist. I wanted to put it behind us all and bury it deep in memories. But whether you like it or not, the pandemic played a big part in your journey. And what's the point of sharing a really great tale if you don't have an antagonist? How are you supposed to grow if you don't have a little bit of adversity to overcome? And so when you think about your journey here, think about how the pandemic affected you, how it was this unrelenting, invisible foe that made you look in the shadows all the time, but made you think about your future, made you think about your family and how everybody was doing. Chapter 2 is called Allies, and there's no doubt today that you're sitting here, but you weren't alone in your journey. And in the most compelling of stories, the heroes always have support, allies on whom they can look to and depend on. So think about who that was for you. Who was your Samwise Gamgee, your Harley Quinn, or your Chewbacca? And for the parents out there, just to translate, who was your Goose, your Agent Scully, or your Doc Holliday? And when you tell that story of your academic journey, don't forget to include your allies and let them know how important they were to you and what impact they had on your journey and your lives. And in fact, you only come to graduation for the degree you're getting today once, and so you've got one opportunity in your lifetime to thank those people. So in a second, I want you to stand up, I want you to cheer, hoot and holler, clap, sing, do your happy dance, as the Chancellor said, and say thank you to all those people that helped you on your journey. So over to you. Well, the Chancellor and I have conferred. We're going to give you a 6.5 out of 10 for that. That wasn't bad. You're definitely leading the Convocation so far this fall term, so that's not bad. Could have been a little louder. We also hope you think of the university as one of your allies when you were here, that we were there to support you on your journey and to help you show a little guidance when the path often became a little foggy or dim. And chapter 3 is called Growth, and as I look out amongst your faces, your smiling faces and your accomplishments, we're all sitting up here on the stage feeling a little more comfortable about the future of the world. The world's in multiple crises as we sort of navigate this 2020 a decade, and I think we're all feeling better for it because we see people like you up here. You've become experts in flexibility in your academic fields, and we hope you've learned how to navigate all these challenges you've had with compassion and empathy for others. As the Chancellor suggests, open up your heart to understand the importance of collective humanity and our need for belonging, and use that same grit and determination shown throughout your academic journeys to mobilize and drive innovation, to be stewards of equity, diversity, and inclusion, to fight for those without a voice, and to raise banners for a fair planet and a shared prosperity. Chapter 4 is called Those Who Came Before, and we're so proud of our graduates at the University of Victoria, we always choose to highlight one or two at every ceremony. And today, we want to highlight Doctors Mohammed and Prabha Ibrahim. The couple moved from India to Victoria, both with a Master's of Science in Chemistry, and they completed their fellowships and doctorate studies at UVic. The Ibrahims have made a significant impact on the field of medicinal chemistry, developing treatments for patients battling challenging conditions such as cancer, inflammation, and metabolic diseases. Mohammed is the Chief Operating Officer at Duravam Pharmaceutical and is deeply involved in pharmaceutical design and is working on new promising drugs to treat cancer and autoimmune disease. Prabha's work is focused on moving drugs from design into clinical usage, and she's the Chief Technology Officer at Blade Therapeutics. We know, graduates, you're all going to go on to do some amazing things, just like the Ibrahims. So Chapter 5 is your next chapter. Your UVic experience has really put you on the path to adventure, and we're all confident you're going to make a huge impact in your chosen fields. So keep true to your journey, treat every chapter with passion, determination, and humanity, and occasionally do things that scare you and take you out of your comfort zone. So graduates, congratulations to you all. Thank you. Now, this is the part of live theater that I screwed up yesterday and got it all wrong. So I'm going to get it right today. Chancellor Buller. We'll get the right page. It's coming. Okay. I've got the right page. Chancellor Buller, Andrew Petter is the honorand in today's ceremony. Andrew? Stand right there. Professor Jeremy Weber, an orator of the university, will present the citation.
Chancellor Buller, it is my great privilege to introduce Andrew John Petter. Andrew Petter has served the people of Canada in three significant spheres: as a scholar of constitutional law, as an MLA and cabinet minister, and as a senior administrator in two leading universities. He has pursued each of those roles with energy, tenacity, a questioning and critical spirit, and a deeply held commitment to democratic reform. We are all his beneficiaries. Andrew Petter is a UVic graduate, graduating in 1981 with the gold medal in the fourth cohort of what was then BC's new law school. He enrolled in Cambridge University, where he obtained a Master of Laws. He then became a constitutional lawyer with the Saskatchewan government. This was a momentous time for a constitutional lawyer, following the adoption of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Petter soon left the Saskatchewan government and became a professor of constitutional law, first at Osgoode Hall Law School and in 1986 here at the University of Victoria. He was a principal commentator on the new Charter of Rights, skeptical of its impact, and arguing that Canadians should continue the hard work of pursuing social change through democratic reform. His publications are still read today. Several are collected in his 2010 book, The Politics of the Charter. Then, 7 years into his academic career, he was asked to run as a candidate for the NDP in the 1991 BC election. He accepted and was elected MLA for Saanich South. He was immediately recruited to cabinet and, over the next decade, was a leading minister, ultimately serving in 7 portfolios. Those were contentious years: difficult constitutional negotiations, court cases over Indigenous land rights, protests over logging. Petter held portfolios dealing with all those matters. Among his many achievements were the establishment of the BC Treaty Commission, BC's first Forest Practices Code, and the removal of legislative discrimination against same-sex couples. He was also instrumental in laying the foundations of Victoria's network of bike paths, for he spearheaded the creation of the Galloping Goose and Lochside trails. In 2001, Petter left electoral politics and returned to UVic, where he became Dean of Law. During those 7 years, UVic Law was recognized in the principal surveys as one of Canada's leading law faculties. Under Petter's leadership, the graduate program in Law and Society was founded, the Akiksarak program delivered a law degree to Inuit students in Nunavut, UVic's clinical programs were strengthened, the law library was renovated, and student financial aid improved. In 2010, Petter was appointed president of Simon Fraser University, where he served 2 immensely successful terms. Under his leadership, SFU consolidated an international reputation for community-engaged learning and research. Its 3 campuses were expanded, and in his final months as president, Petter secured provincial support for an important new medical school at SFU. Running through all of Petter's many contributions has been his profound commitment to the betterment of Canadian society, together with the deeply democratic manner in which he has pursued that commitment. That spirit animated his time in politics. It was central to his constitutional scholarship and to his acute sense in all of his roles that public institutions must work to enhance the societies of which they are a part. We sometimes think that democracy involves an essentially deferential role, simply doing what the people want. Petter's political engagement has been much more active. He's argued vigorously for initiatives he thought would make a difference. He has worked hard to realize those projects. In every one of his roles, he has seen the value of engaging his fellow citizens, sometimes remonstrating with them, always listening to them, learning from them, and building a commitment to change. He has had his own ideas about what that change should be, but he has also always respected and worked constructively with people with whom he disagreed. That respect for others has called forth great respect in return. It is that spirit of engagement, that striving to do better, and the many achievements that have followed from it that we honor today. Chancellor Buller, I have the honor to present Andrew John Petter for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Chancellor Buller, I now ask on behalf of the Senate of this university that you confer upon Andrew Petter the title and degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Thank you. By authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Andrew Petter, the title and degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations.
So in my role at these graduations, I tend to see lots of honorary degree recipients come across the stage. And very rarely do I actually know them personally, and I do know Andrew personally, and very, very deserving of this award. He is such a decent, good human. And Andrew, we do forgive you for going to SFU for all of those years. But Dr. Petter, I now invite you to address Convocation.
Well, thank you. Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty members, staff, but most especially graduates, family, and friends. At least you know, thanks to that overly generous introduction by Jeremy, that I am not capable of holding a job. But I am thrilled to be back here at the University of Victoria. I'm thrilled to be a member of the University of Victoria's 2023 graduating class. Today, you and I share the distinction of receiving a degree from this marvelous institution. But while mine is purely honorary, yours is well and truly earned. So let me start by congratulating you on this remarkable achievement and expressing my appreciation to the families, friends, and faculty members who helped and supported you on your journey and who you just serenaded a few minutes ago. They are as proud of you as you should be of yourselves. Now, the purpose of an address from an honorary degree recipient, as I understand it, is to share some insights and offer some words of encouragement for the benefit of the graduating class, and to do all of this in under 5 minutes. 5 minutes! Brevity, as Shakespeare observed, may be the soul of wit, but it doesn't leave a lot of room for content. For someone accustomed to giving hour-long lectures, 5 minutes is little more than a soundbite. And as others can tell you, sound bites have never been my strong suit, not in politics and not in academe. However, I think I may have found a means to share a few lessons drawn from my own experience on how best to cope with the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead of you. It comes down to 4 words whose initials, C-O-P-E, happily, combine to spell the word cope. The C is for capacity. Have faith in your capacity to make a difference and in the capacity of others to support you. Disregard those who argue that you're trying to achieve something that you couldn't, wouldn't, or shouldn't try to achieve. I can't tell you the number of times that I've been advised by friends, relatives, and other well-meaning people that all sorts of good reasons exist as to why the objective I am seeking is one that is beyond my reach. Ignore them. Believe in yourself and the goals you wish to achieve. When I was 19, my dear mother, God rest her soul, told me there was no way that a cabinet minister would hire me to be his executive assistant. In fact, she was so certain, she said, that if she was wrong, she would eat her hat. Thankfully, I didn't let that deter me. And in addition to getting the job, she and I shared a delicious steak baked by her in the shape of a hat. The O is for openness. Be open to new ideas and prospects. As that great social philosopher, New York Yankees catcher Yogi Berra once observed, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Now, if you'd asked me at my graduation from UVic in 1981 whether I would become a professor, a politician, or a university president, I would have said no way to at least 2 out of 3. And while I've long been drawn to politics, I didn't even then see a pathway to becoming an MLA, let alone a cabinet minister. Yet as events unfolded, I stayed open to opportunities, forks in the road, that presented themselves and took me in new and rewarding directions from which I never looked back. The P is for progress, or more precisely, how you measure your progress as you go through life. In this regard, I urge you to rate your progress based not on your status, but rather upon your impact. It was Benjamin Franklin who urged others to do well by doing good. And old Ben knew what he was talking about. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to gain status as we do today with the degrees that are being conferred upon us. But in my experience, the satisfaction gained from enhancing one's social status is far less rewarding and enduring than the gratification that comes from building a better society and leaving a legacy for others. The true value of your UVic education lies not in gaining a degree, as good as it may look on your wall, but in the power and capacity it gives you to make a positive difference to the world around you, to go to bed each night knowing that you've done all you can to make the world a better place. And finally, we come to the letter E, which stands for emotions, and the vital importance, in my view, of staying connected to one's emotions. When dealing with others and discharging responsibilities, many of us have been told to think with our heads, believing that the best decisions are a product of dispassionate reasoning. If that were the case, we could probably leave most matters to ChatGPT. But thankfully, it isn't. Good decision-making requires us to be guided by our feelings as well as our thoughts. Now, that's easier said than done. Perhaps the most valuable advice I ever received as a cabinet minister came from an Indigenous leader who told me the longest journey you will ever take is the journey from your head to your heart. It was an affirmation both of the difficulty of staying connected to one's emotions and of the importance of doing so. And without doubt, the emotion that we most need to stay in touch with is that of love. Good decisions are invariably driven by love as well as reason. When I was SFU president, an African government cut off financial support for students from that country, leaving them unable to pay the tuition required to continue their studies. A dispassionate administrative response to this situation would have been to require these students to withdraw until their tuition was paid. But thankfully, I had a student support team that thought with their hearts as well as their heads. They brought me the option of allowing the students to continue their studies while we fruitlessly and relentlessly appealed to the government in question to reconsider, a process we persisted in until the students had safely completed their degrees. It was a response that circumvented our tuition policy, but it was the right thing to do because it was informed by the heart as well as the head. And by the way, those of you who are fans of The Wizard of Oz, the wizard got it backwards in his advice to the Tin Man. A heart is not judged by how much you are loved by others. Rather, it is judged by how much you love. So there you have it. 4 lessons to help you cope with what lies ahead. C, have faith in your capacity. O, be open to new ideas and prospects. P, measure your progress in terms of your impact. And E, never lose touch with your emotions. May they work for you as well as they have worked for me. Again, let me say how proud I am to be a member of your graduating class and to share in your celebration. While I've offered you 4 lessons to help you cope, your accomplishments, your capacity give me many more reasons to hope. Hope both for your future and for the future of us all. So from the bottom of my heart, congratulations and good luck in all that you do.
Well, Dr. Petter, thank you very much for your energy-charged 9-minute charge to our students, reminding us of the importance of believing in yourself and your capacity. Keep your open mind, creating impact, and I think most of all, the importance of emotions and keeping those at the spirit of what you do. So thank you very much. Chancellor Buller, the deans of the faculties have assured me that the candidates to be presented to you this day and those who are absent have fulfilled the requirements for their degrees, and at Senate request that you confer upon each one the degree for which they are now recommended. Will the graduates please rise if able?
By authority of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree to which you and those in absentia are entitled, and urge you to strive always with patience and sincerity for the instruction and sound learning of all people. Ready? Graduates, will each of you accept the degree to which you are entitled, with its inherent rights and privileges and the responsibility and loyalty which it implies? Not bad. Please be seated. I am very pleased to present the class of 2023.
So we're going to have a really short break, maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes. We're going to get the students ready for presentation so you can catch up on your Wordle, do some emails, put some film in your camera, whatever it is, you got about 2 minutes.
Chancellor Buller. The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate is accompanied by their faculty supervisors or representatives. Joseph Adigan. Dr. Adigan developed technology to improve the preparation of rare isotopes for groundbreaking experiments in nuclear physics and astrophysics. Isotopes are core to the broad scientific program at Canada's National Particle Accelerator Centre and can lead to advancements in our understanding of the universe as well as the development of new applications. Dr. Adigan is accompanied by Dr. Dean Carlin from the Department of Physics and Astronomy. Derek James Blevins. Dr. Blevins studied the use of gold nanoparticles in recovering immune suppression found in some breast cancers. The nanoparticles showed success in recovering immune activity. This research offers new avenues for cancer treatment in immunotherapy and radiotherapy. Dr. Blevins is accompanied by Dr. Jeremy Wolf from the Department of Chemistry. Megan Brown. Dr. Brown explored healing definitions and practices according to residents in Indigenous lead alcohol harm reduction and culturally supportive housing led by the Aboriginal Coalition to Homelessness Society on Lekwungen territory. Study outcomes included recommendations for Indigenous lead harm reduction and housing practice and were applied to the design of a new coalition home, Kwum Kwum Lalem, House of Courage. Dr. Brown is accompanied by Dr. Bernie Pauley from the School of Nursing. Aaron E. Donald. Dr. Donald's research focused on palliative care for people with severe persistent mental illness. This research shows how both historical and modern approaches in our health and social care systems work to exacerbate existing inequities in end-of-life care. This research provides important insights to guide healthcare services to address existing inequities in care practices. Dr. Donald is accompanied by Dr. Kelly Stajahar from the School of Nursing. Sophia Donica. Dr. Donica explored our understanding of chemical reactions taking place on surfaces at an atomic level. Her work showed that slight changes in the molecular structure can lead to much more pristine surfaces. Modeling the formation of thin layers of materials has improved our understanding of the fabrication of thin films for the next generation of technological devices. Dr. Donica is accompanied by Dr. Irina Pacey from the Department of Chemistry. Elise Gaudreau. Dr. Gaudreau used radar satellite imagery, historical aerial photographs, and crustal deformation models to better understand the behavior of earthquakes on incipient faults. The permanent surface deformation caused by earthquakes is often underestimated, and therefore so is seismic hazard. This work provides a greater understanding of the seismic hazard related to incipient faults. Dr. Gaudreau is accompanied by Dr. Edwin Nissen from the School of Earth and Ocean Sciences. Erin Grafa. Dr. Grafa explored the impact of alcohol consumption during pregnancy on the developing brain, particularly in relation to fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. She showed that choline, an essential nutrient, could be used as a supplement to restore brain functioning following prenatal alcohol exposure and could improve learning and memory behaviors. Dr. Grafa is accompanied by Dr. Brian Christie from the Department of Medical Sciences. George William Lee. Dr. Lee mathematically modeled the long-term behavior of dynamical systems. He showed that solutions of the equations can be separated into modes with different growth rates. He's interested in the applications of this work to fields ranging from thermodynamics to ocean modeling. Dr. Lee is accompanied by Dr. Chris Bowes from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. Angie Lim. Dr. Lim explored the transition from pediatric to adult healthcare for adolescent and young adult transplant recipients. Using in-depth interviews with recipients, families, and nurses, her work highlights the unique challenges young people face and how they adapt. Her work may equip providers with actionable strategies to better support transplant recipients and their families. Dr. Lim is accompanied by Dr. Lenora Marcellus from the School of Nursing. Carla Liria Sanchez Lafuente. Dr. Sanchez Lafuente researched the protein relin, which is associated with depression. She discovered sex differences in relin within brain regions crucial for managing stress. She also showed that relin has antidepressant effects in different animal models of depression. This research supports the idea that biological sex differences may play a role in varying susceptibilities to depression. Dr. Sanchez Lafuente is accompanied by Dr. Hector Caruncho from the Department of Medical Sciences. Bailey Erin McGuire. Dr. McGuire explored how bacteria change their genes and genomes when they adapt to warmer temperatures. They identified themes in the genetic changes that enhance high-temperature growth in E. coli. Their research increases our understanding of how plants, animals, and other organisms adapt to our warming planet and how humans may be able to help them survive climate change. Dr. McGuire is accompanied by Dr. Francis Nano from the Department of Biochemistry and Microbiology. Hannah Margaret Olivia Reed. Dr. Reed investigated the impact of cannabis use by pregnant women on the developing nervous system of the fetus. She showed that prenatal cannabis exposure affects the distribution of inhibitory cells in the brain and also reduced the functional capacity of neurons in the brain. Her pioneering work can be used to help women make more informed decisions on whether to use cannabis during pregnancy. Dr. Reed is accompanied by Dr. Brian Christie from the Department of Medical Sciences. Ginger Lynn Sullivan. Dr. Sullivan explored women's and gender-diverse people's experiences with prescribed safer supply as an alternative to the toxic drug market during the overdose and COVID-19 dual public health emergencies. Dr. Sullivan found that programs and policies often do not attend to gender considerations. Practice and policy changes are required to better support and enhance access to prescribed safer supply for women and gender-diverse people who use drugs. Dr. Sullivan is accompanied by Dr. Bernie Pauley from the School of Nursing. Ariadne Tuckmantle Bido. Dr. Bido developed new biosensors for early clinical diagnostic and screening of diseases. Her contributions include a cost-effective rapid COVID-19 test based on saliva samples and the application of a digital protocol for diagnosis of diseases at early stages. Dr. Bido is accompanied by Dr. Alexandra Brolo from the Department of Chemistry. Chancellor Buller. The candidates for the degree of Master of Arts. Michael Ivan Chutzkoff. Nicole Madeline Dooley. Kylie R. Linder. James Walter McGran. Emma Lynn Rye. Chancellor Buller. The candidates for the degree of Master of Nursing. Elsa Alejandro Arteaga Bernal. Hillary Ruth Biden. Denica Jane Castle. Sukneet Chahal. Stephanie Chan. Soline Chang. Nadine Elise Clark. Madison Coulterman. Tracy Cowan. Megan Fiket. Emma Elizabeth Locke Friesen. Sukhdeep Kaur Gill. Jaspreet Hare. Crystal Hoople. Sarah Emily Johnston. Janessa Kennedy. Jel Adrienne Lagura. Julia Lee. Shauna Madsen. Karen Agnes Jane Pike. Rochelle Taylor Rock. Jamie Lynn Schumacher. Diane K. Shoering. Loch Gwon Sharon Toe. David Wheeler. Stephanie Wiley. Jennifer Jeanette Yamoka. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Master of Public Administration. Julia Bilinski. Sarah Marie Confreda. Jasmine Joel. Charlotte Emilia Maisman. Natasha Cassandra Harmony Mihel. Moses Mukasa. Louisa Maria Trooks. Erica Jeanette Veach. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Master of Public Health. Jethro Chung. Jacqueline Marie Gillis. Benedict P. Leonard. Celeste Emma Massavicius. Jessica Mangan. Anita Manshadi. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Master of Science. Jerome Akuzar Kenyete. Xiangyu Chen. Elisa Gonçalves Giandragi. Parsa Guya. Ryan Joseph Gualiano. Natalia Gorgach Safyanovich. Kede Hirabayashi. Michaela Jane Holmes. Akina Kuperis. Ophelie Karishma Lest. Madison Coulterman. Guojun Ma. Haochen Ning. Shannon Elizabeth Adele Ogden. Jinghan Peng. Ranjit Sohal. Lexi Ray Thompson. Olivia Wren. Saba Yasei. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Master of Social Work. Nav Karen Brar. Rosaire Burgos Crespo. Adrienne Carruthers. Ivan Kai Jun Ching. Brittany Nikita Kaur Dut. Tennille Stevie Erminskin. Cheyenne Yuwanin. Larissa Brianne Patricia Ayers. Dylan Douglas Hunt Scott. Zainab Ibrahim. Kaylee Violet Imes. Jessica Knutson. Nolan David Louie. Tafadzwa Barbara Nioni. Mr. President, the certificate from the Faculty of Graduate Studies will now be presented. The candidate for the certificate in Indigenous Nationhood. Estelle Carmona.
Chancellor Buller, the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Isha P. Chima. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Child and Youth Care. Janaya Bassi. Michaela Danielle Burks. Xuan Kai. Linnea Annalyn Shute. Emma Nicole Collins. Aiden Doduck. Hallie Samantha Garfield. Victoria Storm Goodwin. Grace Tate Graham. Taylor Ann Heppel. Anna Hong. Sarah Ibrahim. Kiana Evelyn Lisher. Hannah Mann. Madison Mary Moore. Mika Holly Permack. Vanessa Cora Whitty. Chancellor Bullard, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Soo Jin Kim. Kangxi Gu. Michael Raymond Kwong. Yan Lam. Taya G. Lee. Alphonsine Pammy Lou Lanes. Pearl Jeanette McClellan. Kunga Osel. Mitchell J.C. Quack. Darcy Hugh McBriar Smith. Matthew Woon. Sherry Zhang. Chancellor Bullard, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Simone Jennifer Bennett. Holly Kaywood. Rebecca Kathleen Roy. Mylene Mary Smith. Chancellor Bullard, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work. Kimaya Alza Duborgi. Joshua Roland Stanley Burden. Sarah Marie Charlie. Josh Donald Richard Cross. Sarah Edwards. Kayla Adele French. Laura Gary. Bableen Kaur. Do you want me to go first? Mina Carolyn Rose Lukesher. Kaya McNeil Payu. Anthony Jersey Morzeski. Quinn Catherine Abigail Nelson. Cynthia Ochakunwi Him. Dana Jean Peladu. Julia Kathleen Reed. Azaria Resnick. Miranda Lynn Shannon. Amber Sherwood Robinson. Robin Brianna Sinclair. Mr. President, the diplomas and certificates from the Faculty of Human and Social Development will now be presented. The candidate for the Diploma in Public Sector Management, Randy Humchit.
Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor. David Gill. Larissa Jean Hayward. Brett Jenkins. Claire Jane Lister McCuet. Shannon Irene Otruba. Benny Kaur Rai.
Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours Program. Madeline Brookall. Sarah Bryan. Holly Seluchak. Nicole Fang. Courtney Megan Granger. Kristen Taylor Lang. Megan Rada Molnar. Matthew Benjamin Stevens. Chancellor Buller, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Sarjan Al-Musavi. Tuka Al-Musavi. Amin Bahraini. Annie Bellis. Rishim Buller. Rachel N. Baumann. Jonathan Alexander Britzen. Zoe Victoria Coombs. Abigail N. Quenza. Kyle Danielewicz. Paloma de la Vega Verano. Adam John Hedley Dano. Emma DeWitt. Jasmine Serena Dharampur. Angela Lane Edwards. Brooklyn Elgert. Abigail Elwood. Tane Vernon Jack Fishbo. Nelson Fisher Haby. Liam Scott Falkerson. Lindsay Gage. Smeety Garg. Sarah Generous. Shayla Alyssa Gifford. Kyle Goff. Jing Chi Guan. Jesselyn Wiener Hicks. Boyu Hu. Jane Johnson. Naya Moon Kelpin. Owen Kendall. Kevin Kapler. Blaine Lauren Larson. Dana Frances L'Oreal. Sarah Ashley Lewick. Sarah Michelle Manson. Caitlin McMurray. Alicia Rachel Mildner. Leslie Janet Moffat. Cinnamon Rose Monterosa. Mackenzie Muller. Hunter Grafton Nivell. Emma Sawasi Olga Olsen. Danica Sharon Elizabeth Pell. Siddharth Pathak. Samuel Preshaw. Matthew Ryman. Yilin Ren. Julia Roberts. Adiba Salam. Amin Shabazba. Emma Sophia Simonok. Matthew Stoltz. Sage Patrick Swan. Natalia Emma Weiler-Thiessen. Keegan Bruce Thomas. Reese Russell Thompson. Natalie Elizabeth Vidal. Sohail Singh Virk. Zarish Walji. And Jiaying Yao.
Congratulations to all the graduates today. Now, to offer congratulations from the Alumni Association, I'd like to introduce Kathleen Bellamano.
Thank you, Chancellor Buller. Graduates, it's been a great pleasure to celebrate your accomplishments today. And on behalf of the UVic Alumni Association, I'm proud to welcome you as the newest graduates of our wonderful university. Today, you crossed that stage with your supporters cheering you on, and while I know you enjoyed many fun times and laughter with your friends, there was also long hours as you took on challenges and grew as a student and as a person. Now, you begin a new journey as a lifelong member of our outstanding community of UVic alumni. Please stay in touch with us. We're here to share your successes and to keep you up to date on the campus that you know and love, to keep you connected to your colleagues and your classmates, and to help you build your career and bring you engaging events and enriching educational opportunities. We hope that you leave today feeling proud of all that you've accomplished. You now join a community of more than 150,000 alumni around the world who are doing exceptional things and striving to make a better world. Please be sure to stop by Mystic Market after the ceremony for a fun moment of celebration and for your official welcome to the UVic Alumni Association. Congratulations on your graduation. We can't wait to hear what you do next. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bellamano. Well, graduates, it's really been an honor and lots of fun, actually, to celebrate your accomplishments with you and your supporters today. And I'd just like to pause for a moment and say to families and friends who are here in the auditorium and joining us online, thank you for entrusting UVic with your loved ones. Now, students, graduates, I should call you actually, you're now members of this convocation, and through its Senate and Board of Governors, you have a voice in the direction and development of this university. As a university graduate now, you are in a position of great privilege. Use your hard-won knowledge, your hard-won skills for good, for your community, and for the betterment of humanity at large. We're so proud of each and every one of you, just as your friends and families are, of course. And we at UVic look forward to hearing of your accomplishments as your brilliant futures unfold. Thank you for participating in today's ceremony. I'd like to also express my appreciation to all of the volunteers, student musicians, and faculty who have made today's ceremony such a success. Now, please rise if you're able, and for one last time, join me in congratulating the class of 2023. Now, if you can, please remain standing. Following the singing of O Canada, led by fourth year music student Isolde Roberts-Welby, would you please remain standing while the academic procession leaves the stage? And again, thank you very much. Isolde.